Britain, like North Korea in them. You telling me we can't protest no more? I remember when my maths teacher died from a nut allergy. I hated him. I went to his funeral in protest, dressed as the Planters Peanuts Peanut Man. I ran up to the funeral car and went right in his wife's face like this. I love nuts, I love nuts. Do you know what the police said to me? They pulled me aside and said, we respect your right to protest. Because the police are good. Because everyone knows the police are real cool. That's right. And when you look at it, it is kind of like a police state, just like North Korea. You know what I'm saying? There are millions and millions of people, according to this guy on Twitter who's got Joseph Stalin as his profile picture and he has 7 followers. There's millions and millions of people fleeing the UK every week, trying to find a new life of freedom in Europe. You know, Europe. In the EU, because that's where the good people live. Every day they're going down to Dover, piling themselves into vans, sellotaping themselves into car seats, dressing up as French milkmaids to try and get past border security. There's camps of millions of British people, all waving their flags in Calais. Where do they want to go? Belgium, I expect. But they won't let them into Belgium, will they? They don't respect freedom. And why? Because it's a totalitarian state. You know, unless you're related to the royal family, you're not even allowed to get into London. That's what I heard anyway, according to this other guy on Twitter, whose profile picture was a super sexy cartoon fox. Well, like a real slinky fox. And it's so true. Do you know what I mean? Why can't a man go to someone's funeral and go, oh, I hate you, die? I got a problem with that. Why have you? And it's true, I hear all the people complaining. Now, bearing in mind, these are the same people that did say, oh, hey, if you don't get vaccinated, you don't deserve to have any rights and you shouldn't have a job. That's right. But, you know, saying stuff like that isn't like a North Korean kind of thing. That's like what sensible people say, apparently. That's according to this other guy on Twitter, whose profile picture is Justin Bieber, but like disguised as Donald Trump and also looking like Pepe Le Pew. He has 7 followers. Because everyone knows that the Queen and Prince Andrew wrote a declaration saying, hey, if you haven't been vaccinated, you've got to be stuffed into a cannon and fired into Jersey. That's right, they were going to make Jersey a leper colony, but like for the unvaccinated. That's all totally true, according to a news article I read on some clickbait website. You know, the kind of ones where it's like, 10 reasons why you should shave your nose. And each click is like a different page, and you've been through like 10 web pages. So they can show it to someone and go, look how much traffic we get and page views we get every day, and they sell it to some schlub for an extortionate price. Anyway, now I'm going off topic. It's true, last time I was in the UK, I couldn't believe it. There was literally a speaker welded into my mum's dog's mouth that shouted propaganda at me, going, God save the Queen, God save the Queen, God save the Queen, God save the Queen. It sounds unbelievable, but it's totally true because I saw it and I'm not a liar. And you can tell I'm not a liar because I say the police are very good people. They're humanists. Can't a man go to a public funeral and throw excrement at the grieving family anymore? What's happened to this country, man? And I agree with the consensus. If you protest lockdowns and vaccination mandates, then you're a bad person. But if you protest the monarchy, you're a good person. I got told that by some guy on Twitter whose profile picture is Joseph Goebbels. He's got 10 million followers, yeah? And you know, no one wants no King Charles. He's an environmentalist. I totally get it. But the best way to protest an environmentalist is to just have shitloads of kids and buy each one of them a private jet and encourage them to fly to school individually in their private jets. That's how you defeat these environmentalists. I've seen his stooges, his thugs out in the streets, Extinction Rebellion and the likes. I've seen what they've been doing to the general public in the name of environmentalism on behalf of King Charles. Well, we won't tolerate this totalitarian North Korean type state. Have you ever tried to watch any Western news outlets in Britain? It's impossible. There's like a massive firewall. And I get it, people really don't like living under this oppressive regime. And they told me so after reading a BBC article. I saw a bunch of kids protesting King Charles in King's Lynn. They drove a tank over him. It's not the kind of society that you want to live in, where people have tanks driving over them. No, we want to live in a socialist society where they drive tanks over people, but they're not kids. You know, they're like over the age of 18, so they can consent to being run over by a tank. Thank God I'm in a country right now that has a totalitarian communist dictatorship. Because I'd hate to be in Britain with all that freedom. Oppression. I don't think I know what I'm talking about. Anyway, like and subscribe. Go to www.planetrebus.com and become a member. It's free, or if you want to become a paid member, you can do that too.